How are you?
Go by. They give you the papers?
The name.
I can share mine. I'm sorry if you want to make me.
Look on this. They're here.
I was writing papers.
What papers?
If you
Right
want
there.
to have them call out their names.
No, I'm just gonna highlight the ones that are.
Dale, Vincent.
All right.
Robertico, si quiere.
Calling the meeting to order, the Elderly Affairs Committee meeting is August the 2nd, 2023, and the time is 8:34. Roll call. I'm gonna start with you. Dottie Wicks,
Rosario Navarro. Lourdes Corvo.
Sarah Suarez,
Nancy Rogers. Maria Perdomo.
Alexandra Alonso.
Jacqueline Lebedo.
Omaida,
Pedro Fiallo.
One on here, that was here. We have a guest today. Would you like to stand up and give us your name and your company you're from?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Maria Paz. I am a resident of Miami Lakes and also part of the Mental Health Task Force Committee for the town. We recently started meeting and I just wanted to pass by to meet you all, to get a little more familiar with what every committee is doing. So I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for this opportunity.
Okay, thank you.
What your last name? Sanchez.
Oh, Sanchez, I heard something
Paz.
else.
That was my middle name.
Oh, okay.
Paz.
I heard. All right, sorry. Public comments? Nobody has anything? Treasurer's report?
We missed additions, deletions, corrections.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And presentation.
I'm sorry.
And minutes are not on here.
Well, my onsite sounds good to them.
No, it's fine. Minutes aren't on there, so you guys will have to add it.
Yeah. Are the additions, deletions, and corrections to the minutes?
No, this is to the agenda.
We're gonna add to the agenda approval of the minutes. Oh, all right, I'm sorry. Oh, now that one. So we had one of the,
And public comments?
no, we're doing the minute first. It's, what's the legal, it's not on the agenda here. The minutes. Read the minutes and then we'll do, if there's any additional deletions or corrections.
okay, so that.
I move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Any additions, deletions, corrections? Okay, let's move on to treasurer's report.
I think that the available budget is 6,198, right? Maybe not.
When this was printed, yes. Remember that the agenda was generated like a week before today's meeting. So
Okay, well,
as of that moment, yes, that was your.
so we're
available
not
budget.
short.
No, but. From what you see here. The bingo,
Mhm.
you guys will have to move some funds to the bingo. Only because you have like one
next-
upcoming one that you have to pay for, only one,
Yeah, the next.
September one.
September one.
Exactly, so you have one left in the fiscal year that you'll have to fund.
Okay,
Because August, they fully got it
We
donated.
got it fully donated.
okay, awesome.
Very good. And then we got one for September we got to do. But we gotta, I'm waiting to see what the budget is so we can figure out what we can ask for or who we can,
Because. Can I,
yeah, go ahead.
if senior social had $4,000, we already paid for Shula's?
The Zula's deposit has been
Yeah.
paid, not the form.
Do,
That's for the
Right, because we can move money from there, because that's the only place we really have money.
No.
Do we know what it is? Do we know
Yes,
what?
I shared it with you guys last.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, but I'll put it.
Remember, I'm broke.
No. Actually, I know I shared it with them, but.
Excuse me, do we have another set of minutes and everything from on it? Is anything,
Yes.
any extras up there?
There was one right there.
No, I'm just, I'm not, no, I'm just gonna, I already said the budget, so.
Don't you need to write notes for yourself for the budget?
No, I'm just. You sure?
Yeah,
I don't need it.
I'm sure.
I can give you.
You need it more than me.
Xiomara, si-
Here's the package, remember,
Okay,
it's done.
Let me put it just.
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy.
You're welcome.
Oh, there's the, we got like 9.
Oh, so you wanted me to pull up the.
Yeah, I wanted to know if you know the total amount,
Yeah, I can-
besides, just little things that we might need, because then we know how much to move.
Do you guys wanna go over this at the? Here, the Mr. and the senior managers update like that, I can pull it up and you guys can continue with your items, so I don't delay, because I have to
Okay.
pull all of it.
We're gonna cover that down further down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Comments from the chair. I have two comments. One, Omido Gomez and Maria Perdomo have been with me for the bingo. They're there early. They're there late. They take care of anything that comes up for me, and I want to recognize them. And they've been doing this for, I don't know how many years. They're long. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they really.
And the other person I want to recognize is Pedro. If it weren't for Pedro, we probably would have been gone
We
for
had no money.
in 6 months. We haven't had any money anyway. So Pedro, thank you so much for all your hard work.
Fine, not
Getting us anything we need for our food or whatever we need.
True that.
All right, old business, event request forms. We got those, didn't we?
I don't remember, but I can
But I
send an email.
think those came up and that's what we got at the last meeting, because this is
Oh.
what it.
Yes, correct.
The AdMed partnership, what exactly is that monthly? What was that?
It's not, and nothing has been outlined just yet. There's an attachment to all your packets with a list of items that they can provide, like forums, events, whatever, different topics. So that's for you guys to review. They approached me that they wanted to possibly partner with Elderly Affairs. So I'm just bringing that information to you on their behalf. If it's something you guys want to look over, think about, you have any questions, I can give you their contact information. But really they would like to start working with you guys on events if you guys are interested.
Now, would that be something that we would pay for? Or is that something
No.
it's strictly a donation?
From here, from the list, it looks like that's things that they provide, that they would be able to possibly like donate those services to you guys.
Like we could plan an event for seniors and they would be the ones that handle it? Or,
Right, but again, it's based on that list. I don't know if it's anything outside of that, then we'd have to ask, but that's what they for sure are able to offer.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's an extensive list that you guys can go through, if anything catches your attention. Let me know and I can get back to you.
Excuse me, you're saying that it's in the packet. That's
So
all
what
this
is-
stuff. Page 10.
I'm sorry, let him put on the, yes, Lord.
Just going back to the event. Whatever it's called. Event request form. We had it filled out through the time that the bingo was here at town hall. I need to fill one out because I said that I would be in charge. I need if you can give me a form, and you were gonna give me, you were gonna give me a copy of the one that we did last time, so I know how to fill it out.
Okay, yeah.
Because
I'll have somebody bring you down a copy of it.
Okay, because I don't know how many tables we need at Roberto Alonso for the bingo, because we have the family tables, we need
That's what we've been using, because it's the round table, it's not the rectangle, it's the round table.
Okay.
Roberta.
Roberta.
There was something said, and I must have been, I heard it, but I don't remember exactly how it was presented. Do we have to pay that guy to set that up?
No,
No.
that was a misunderstanding from the committee, but
I just wanted to make.
no,
sure,
but I want to
I've
make sure
heard
in
it.
case anybody wasn't here last time. There is a fee when we use handyman for setup outside of normal business hours. But your
Okay.
bingo is set up within normal business hours, therefore they're already there, so you don't have to worry about paying.
So like the health fair, we would have to,
Yeah, like the health fair, there was a cost.
okay.
Correct.
Usually
And
that's
also
not-
because it was quite expensive compared to what, and them bringing in chairs is one thing, but they had to transport from one center to the other because you guys didn't have enough things
Okay,
for
I
that.
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
that, we have the bingo changes. Our next one will be at the end of this month. I think it's the 23rd or the 26th,
23rd.
23rd.
Yes,
26
23rd.
is
And it
Darcy.
will be at Roberto Alonso. We're going back there, so if any senior approaches you, you go back there. And I think Betty's been coming.
It's only since 9/27.
That's
Well,
the following one.
Yeah, but we don't have, okay.
That's the last one.
That's the
Yeah.
last, that's the
Okay.
September one. So is Betty been letting them know? Have we told her that we're going back to Roberto Alonso and she's calling in?
People are not allowed to sign up till 2 weeks before. So I
Okay.
can remind her that at that point to let them know.
It's strange because I got a call from a senior last night and she said that she couldn't sign in because it's not open up yet.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay, all right. that's-
Usually
I'm
they're
gonna call
calling
her and
in.
Tell her to wait up.
They're letting them know, like, hey, you have to call us 2 weeks before, that's when the list.
Can we make? Can we make a flyer? Because see, our next, the 26th, we have La Vitrola is sponsoring. He's giving us the certificates plus the food. It's a way that we can make a flyer. Same, the sponsor is La Vitrola, they donate. Because we want to
Sorry,
give
I
it to
made a
him.
meeting, okay?
So we're gonna raise it. We get told on 120, so we're gonna go down to 130.
Okay,
It's a,
it's
it's a
the,
chance. It's not-
yeah, we can create a flyer, but I just want to understand, the flyer is to give out to seniors,
So
right?
the senior correct, but we, on the flyer, we could say that the food's been donated by,
Right, but I
Yeah,
just want to know when, so we would need it, I'm trying to think of when we would see the seniors to give it to them. I know tomorrow they're coming for a field trip.
but the truth is this, the key is this, he owns 3 restaurants. So what I'm trying to do is, he's doing with La Vitrola, he has Dr. Limon. So maybe we can get him donate with Dr. Limon. So we bring in the flyer next week, we're gonna meet, with him. So if we bring in the flyer saying that, thank you, you're donated, the food will be donated by La Vitrola and the certificates,
And that would
and
help
he
it.
probably likes it.
Look
So
at advertising.
It's a good
a
advertising.
good advertising for him and for us.
So just while we're on that topic, in general, when it comes to sponsorships, in the past, the town used to just blast out flyers with sponsor logos on it. We've kind of moved away from that because we don't want our social media pages to look like advertisement pages like on a newspaper. However, we've gotten creative as to how to acknowledge the sponsors. One of the ways to do it is to naturally get shots of them at the events. Like when you have sponsors that show up and have their like tablecloths, we try to get pictures of them, so naturally there's branding. And then we put that throughout our social media. It's not a big deal, we can create a flyer that can be handed out, I think the
Right there.
seniors anyways
Right there,
aren't on social media as much anyways.
right.
So I can create a flyer, I just want to understand the purpose, are we ever gonna give it out, or are we just giving it to them? I think it should be given out.
We can give them out when their food comes. When you give them a food, you give them a flyer. Because the food sometimes doesn't have any logo on it. We
No,
got-
yeah, it depends if the restaurant does it or not.
Right, so
So they
they,
usually do it, they
The
sell
thing is, you
things.
don't say, yeah, well,
Correct.
Fabrizio to him.
so they
No,
don't.
that's fine, I
He
can bring a
probably
flyer,
thinks
I just
what-
want to make sure people see it,
Okay.
if we're just taking it to the restaurant, nobody's really seeing it, is my point.
Yes.
I think what Pedro wants is, if we can get the flyers, he owns 3 restaurants, he could put it in his 3 restaurants, we could put it in other restaurants.
He
So
probably
for
would.
the bingo that he is sponsoring, it's been out to the public and it does have his logo
Yeah.
and it does say that he's been sponsored. Now, I do think we should do more sponsoring than just a flyer or a picture. I mean, honestly, it should be on the social media that says it's sponsored by. Because
Yes.
anytime there's a donation, I've been, a lot of people here have been, involved in many fundraisers for different things. You always blast who your sponsors are even before the event, not just take pictures, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Especially
Oh,
when
that's-
we're giving it for free.
Yeah,
Like,
even give us
that's
the
not-
certificate.
you- I just meant,
Blow
wait
it
a
out.
minute, raise your hand, everybody, raise your.
Just to be clear, there is a sponsorship package in place and that is followed for the sponsor. It will be the same for him. Maybe we can do a little more, because obviously his donation in value is even more than the other ones. So we can create the flyer. I'm not saying that we won't acknowledge into social media. It just won't be in the way that you guys are used to, where it's the flyer of the event and it's text and it's a logo posted on it. We're trying to be a little more creative and really just organic when it comes to our posts. And this is something that has been discussed through council. There's been a communication plan that has been presented. I'm happy to share with you guys if you guys weren't at that council meeting. It's all public records. But that really has helped our social media, which is very important for all committees and all residents, because we need the algorithm to be in place for us to be able to reach as many people as possible. For that reason, we've moved away from text, because videos and photos will get more reach when it comes to social media. So that we're just trying to play with the algorithm for the sake of trying to reach as many people as possible. And that's why I'm saying it's not as simple as just a flyer and a logo, and we're gonna post it 5 times a week. Like, that's not how that's being done. It's being done strategically so that we can reach as many people as possible, not just for your events, for all committee events and all town events. And any meetings and anything that's important. But yes, we can create a flyer. That's not a big deal. I'm just saying that flyer is not gonna be posted as a single post.
Yes, Nancy.
Just a couple of minor details and ideas and suggestions. Number one, at the bingos, or anytime we're handing out food, a lot of times the people are asking, who's the caterer, who's the caterer? And make an announcement, number one, when the food comes in, while they're waiting for it to be handed to them, you might be able to say,
Say who it is, that's a good
and
idea.
make a mention of today's food is, let's give a hand to Sergio's or whatever. However you want to do it,
No,
but make,
that's a good idea.
because you know that we all know who hand out the food, we've been asked. Who's doing it? And I don't know, and there's nothing on the box or whatever, so there's that. And then the other thing is perhaps either through social media or when you're announcing the bingo dates, if you already know, and that's a little tricky because you get one guy and you mention it somewhere, and then another guy comes in and he didn't get in fast enough to get mentioned, so you're gonna be leaving somebody out. That's gonna be a little tricky, but anytime, even if you have some kind of a poster or
What do you mean, a guy coming in? I don't know.
any caterer, not a guy
Oh.
physically,
Oh,
but
you-
any
you-
caterer that comes on board after the fact, after you've posted it somewhere in advance when they register. You know who it is. It's nice if you could put it in there, but like I said, anybody coming in at the tail end, then you don't get it announced for, again, at the event, or even some kind of a paper thing where they can see it when they come in, or if they have a banner, because they don't really stay, they deliver and leave. And you don't even know who
Yeah, they
they
just
are.
drop the food off and.
Yeah.
then
But we can,
But
there's a
we-
lot we
And I'm gonna
can
announce
do.
that now in the bingo when I first open up, that they've been prepared and. set.
And even if you make a second announcement, when everybody's gotten their food or towards the end, or whatever we have to do, and really boost them, because
Yeah.
they deserve it.
Yeah.
No, they did,
that's a
because
pretty
they have
big
been
deal.
really good to us this year. They have been really good.
Yeah, yeah, that's great.
No, the 23rd.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I know.
okay, Mr. and Mrs. Senior Miami Lakes update. I got my first one for Miss yesterday, day before yesterday.
Yeah, like,
I got one for this, Ahmed.
Great, okay.
And I'm working on a mister. I haven't, I'm gonna meet with them sometime soon. Come on, you have one?
No, I was with Isle and we were told that we should go to Snow's Jewelry store.
Mhm.
And that he has connections with many people. And many seniors, and he could get us people probably to apply. He was just happened to be on vacation, and I can tell you this week, I cannot go. See him at all. I think he's back. Did they say, would he be back this week?
I don't think she told us.
Yeah,
Why
she
next
said he was gonna be out, but you know, which, I think his name is Gary.
Yeah, we know.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
know.
He goes with us to
Can
the,
you
My
go-
husband, his daughter
So
plays
much.
with my daughter's soccer.
Well, you
here
be the
and
perfect
earlier
person.
today.
Okay, just 1 minute.
Yeah.
Nancy had her hand.
If I may, you beat me to it. My son went to school with his older daughter.
Yeah.
I know Gary and his family
Forever.
very well.
Yeah.
We volunteered together. at-
Well, why don't
wait, we got a
So-
senior here, well, I mean.
Hey.
Joaquin? Oh, boy.
Here is Mr. Miami Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
You
need,
wouldn't answer my
we
phone.
need a, we need a
Is he
conversation on this.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm doing?
Yeah, but
You know what, Johnny, is he eligible?
Not everything.
Been there.
Yeah.
He is eligible.
Well, come on, man. You know
That's why I said,
How you
That
doing,
when
my
he
love?
sees me driving down the street, he goes on top of a tree because I'm a lousy driver.
everybody knows Gary, don't they?
I can see him every morning when I get out of my house.
Okay, that's
I
right.
don't know
Let's
if
get
they
that.
heard,
Go
I
ahead.
like your question first about Gary.
No, I
Introduce-
had plans, I have plans on.
Okay, all right, so anyway, I will go. I mean,
The two of you can go
how much
together.
you wanna travel
My
around,
husband knows him better. I was gonna tell my husband.
then it's yours,
I'll-
okay.
I'll
That
call
would be
you
great.
anyway.
if you need me.
But
You got
if you could take applications when you go
Okay.
to him, because apparently he got a bunch of people to, there's a
I've got the
calendar.
applications in my
and
car, if you wanna take them today.
Okay, I don't have-
Models, and then he convinced them to be the
Okay.
models.
Nancy, maybe you could get some applications up front to her.
They just gave me a, remember, did you know that I asked?
Yes.
Because I think I emailed you. So that stack that they gave me is in my car right now. As soon as the meeting's over, I'll give you that stack and then I'll wait for the next stack we can get. Is that okay?
Yeah, we gotta
Fine.
get with this because the date's coming up.
Yes.
We're already in August.
Well, we're kind of committed to the venue, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
If not, it's just gonna be a dinner,
We'll all
a
just meet.
breakfast. Not that's really what it's gonna be. We have the DJ, right?
I brought you guys an invoice from the one that
The one we had last time, and is Rudy gonna be able to help us out?
you said you would reach out to.
I did, but he needed an agenda. He wanted to see.
I'm gonna send that out as we get closer to event, because I don't
Okay.
even, we didn't even have a
No.
contestant now, so
He told me,
I'll give them a run of show. when
I
we're
told
closer.
him, yeah, I told him you were the one that would have the agenda.
But he is
See,
confirmed then.
What it sounded like to me, he told me he was gonna talk to you, I thought. Maybe,
He has not talked to me,
then
but
maybe,
if you want, I'll send an email
send him an email,
reminding him, hey, this is the date. And the
Okay.
time.
and the agenda's coming.
Okay.
Cause that was one thing,
Yeah, I can do that.
I think he wanted to prepare himself on,
I'll let
What
him know I'm
to say
reaching out on
and-
behalf of.
But Dottie, I misunderstood. We only have one potential contestant, a female.
female, yeah.
One.
one.
I printed
I
out this
thought you were
copy.
getting, but you had two others.
So I'm passing out.
And I'm
some
working
copies-
on another. one.
So
I'm passing out some copies of the DJ's invoice, if you guys can make a motion to approve, if you'd like to move forward with that.
I owe $600.
All in favor?
Aye.
$500.
No.
600.
All in favor, sign.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna make a motion to
they
approve. it.
haven't reached.
Okay,
I make a motion to approve. it.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Who's seen it?
What about Mr. Senior of Miami Lake?
Gary, I nominate Gary.
You have been nominated by our committee to be on the Mr. Miami Lake.
Thank you. But no, thank you.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. We're
I need to
gonna
get-
talk
I
about
need
it after the
We'll
meeting.
get my hair done this morning.
Dinner.
No, that gives you more character. Can you talk that?
Maybe it's a prize.
Maybe
Maybe it's a prize.
share your talents.
Bones for.
3B line item, I don't remember what that was, something.
Yes.
But we had.
What, one, while we're on Mr. Messina,
Oh,
I I've shared the sponsors that they've come in. We have a total of $3,000 of sponsorship for Mr. and Miss Senior Miami Lakes. I just wanted to highlight that because I was worried since we didn't have a contestant. And obviously we owe it to the sponsors to give them a good event. So just a little bit of pressure there, if you guys can get contestants. And I also wanted to mention, yesterday was the deadline for sponsorships, but at this point, we're not taking anymore. However, I did receive 2 emails yesterday. I didn't get back to them. I wanted to check in with you guys because at this point, it feels like we have 5 sponsors. I don't know if I wouldn't suggest anymore because now you're just gonna be like, you're gonna fill up the space too much with just a bunch of sponsors, and I don't know that they're gonna get the proper recognition at this point.
I'm sorry, yeah, but if we only have $3,000, we need to know how much it costs.
Oh,
We
here
have
it is.
enough money.
Morning, everyone.
So the total, I'm sorry, to get back to, Rosario's question. The venue itself, including the food stage and all that,
So what you're saying?
was a total of $5,243.40.
Well, we already paid
We
$2,000.
paid $2,002.50.
So we need 3,000 more, which we already have sponsored.
$3,200 and some change.
We already have $3,000 for sponsorship, so we don't owe, we have all the money.
Well, now you're talking about,
There's people that can't hear.
You guys can speak higher, louder.
yeah,
The venue is 5,000, what you said?
the venue total is $5,243.40. We've already paid a deposit of $2,002.50 towards that amount.
Right.
So you have about 3,200 that you still have left to pay, plus the DJ, plus any prizes, if you're purchasing any flowers, all of that still needs to be purchased. So I
Right.
would leave some
We
money for
have
that.
$3,000 worth of sponsorship money coming,
Yes,
so that would
some
be,
dollars have already been allocated to that line item. So we have, yes.
I'm
when-
not sure I understand.
no, yeah,
So when sponsor dollars are received,
Mhm.
we have to reallocate it to the line item that it belongs to.
you received that cash.
$3,000 have been confirmed, but
That's
not
correct.
all of them have already been entered to the system. 1, because some checks are still on the way, and 2, because once we receive it, there still has to be a manual process of reallocating it.
Perfect.
So that's why I want to make sure we would have to go through that line item specifically, so you know which ones have already been received or already counted in there and which ones are not.
Right, so instead of maybe 6,000, we could have 8, 2 that are coming, let's pretend.
Or 7, yes.
Okay, yeah, so we would need to take, if we could get a couple more sponsors to cover it all. So we don't run negative,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
then
think,
I'll let
right?
them know. Just so, and then the other thing I know you guys have questions on were the judges. Last time we spoke about the judges. I guess positions were only open to the higher paying sponsors, which were the Grams, Miami Lakes Auto Mall, and Chen. Chen already confirmed that they will judge. Miami Lakes Auto Mall confirmed that they will judge. Graham Companies has not gotten back to us. We're holding the spot for them. You asked me to reach out to, yes, and he said he's not available.
Good.
So that's 3 judges. That's 3, possibly 3 judges, but I think you guys wanted 4.
We should make it.
You
Wait,
don't
wait,
want, you
I'm
don't
sorry,
want to even know.
Everybody, raise your hand if you want to be recognized. Okay.
I'm sorry, who were the judges? Cause my notes.
Confirmed, okay, so we held 3 spots for the top paying spots, right? Which were Graham Companies, Chen, and Miami Lakes Auto Mall. Out of those 3, we've gotten 2 confirmations, Chen and Miami Lakes Auto. Dottie has sent an invite to Representative Tom Fabricio. He denied, he's not gonna be able to. So you really have 2 confirmed judges for the day. And I heard a comment about even or odd. That doesn't matter because it's not a ranking scale. It is
Point.
it's points, so it doesn't matter.
If we can invite Renee, I'm pretty sure he will help us. I don't want to tell him, give money first. I invite him and then after that I ask him for donation.
Okay, I would like for it not to be political. I
No,
would like
that's-
for it- I
No,
would-
no, he's
He's a
the,
great
he's
guy.
a commissioner. He's not running for anything.
Well, you guys would have to decide if you
Then
want
him-
to or not,
maybe
really, I mean.
And he's.
And he will help, but he wants to do it. He asked me to do it in Hialeah with him.
Okay, he will be.
So I think
And he always helps donate.
he probably helped.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
help.
he does.
In
help.
fact, he did a whole bingo for us not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I also want to mention that he's always advocating for seniors.
He is.
Oh, he
is,
does.
He is,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, he's a good.
He came and gave quite a few, in fact, I have to
Commissioner
win one,
Garcia.
he made me take a ticket and I thought, I want one of the tickets to get my
Well, he
nails.
said
done.
our seniors to the theater, I could not go, but you went that night
Yes,
to Coral Gables.
Him,
He took the whole bus.
let's,
he has done a lot for us, I think.
If you want it, I can ask him,
Ask
but
him and
first
see.
I want to make sure that.
I think you should ask him and see,
yeah.
okay?
Would you
Appreciate
guys
that.
like me to send an email inviting him?
I think it,
I think
Hey, what do you, go ahead, Nancy, you're next. Go ahead.
I think it would be nice if the town sent a formal invite. Followed up by Pedro speaking to him.
I work with it.
So that there is a communication, a direct communication from our group. And the town has officially invited.
I think that's a great idea. Sounds for you.
Yeah.
Yes, Nancy.
if the invite is going to be first verbal from Pedro, I think some kind of backup from either the committee, the town, whatever, something in writing.
That's what she just said, yeah.
Okay, because verbal orders don't go. You understand that part. So. Thank you.
So is there anything else on that? That Shayla was at any time they have to-
Oh, yeah.
Or do you guys have any?
Yes,
No, the other, so we agree that we're gonna get more sponsors in that way, need two more.
Yeah, so we'll keep it at the lower tier though, because if the higher tier, then we would have to approve judges, and at this point, it seems like we're full, unless you guys wanna have that many judges for little bit of contestants. So
yes,
that's something to think
yes,
about.
sir, that's-
Okay, I kind of don't think we should have that many more because we do have enough money for the event. Yeah, we do, because we're only short 3,241 plus the flowers and the DJ, right? And then the gifts.
So it's about
So
4,000.
it's about 40, so it would be about 4,000.
So we're short, no.
But that's without, the money that's here is with no donation.
It's with some, not all.
You see?
How much?
That's what I'm saying, we'd have to manually pull it and I could tell you.
Because the 2,000, all we've spent is the 2,000.
Correct.
So was that 2,000 a donation?
Well, remember that you guys, that falls under senior socials. You guys have already had some senior socials, like the ones in November,
We have
December,
$1,000.
October. So that's where some money has already been pulled
Yeah.
from. I'm just letting you know in general, that
Yeah.
line item.
Our new, budget
Yes,
starts in October.
No, I know. I'm just thinking, what other senior socials have we had?
Well,
in
we
the
had
holidays.
We had Halloween, Thanksgiving.
No. From last year, those should
That's
already
okay.
be.
But that's a new budget, our new budget starts October
We need
first.
No, I don't think,
We need like $1,000.
wait, I think maybe I'm confused.
Yeah.
The Miss Senior Social is in September, August.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
before the budget starts.
Correct,
So we're supposed to use up all our money,
right.
right? So right now we have $4,452.11, correct? Am I like?
At this day,
At
at
the,
this day,
right.
it could be different now.
but we have not had any senior
It's
socials.
still wrong, please, wrong, because there's things pending in the air.
It can't be that, like.
No, for the senior social, you should be fine. The only thing that could be pending is possibly dollars that came in that had not been reallocated at that time.
Right, so if they've been,
Let me pull
we've
it up.
only spent 2,000, I'm trying to do.
If you
simple
wanna
math.
give
Yeah,
them,
but it's-
2,000, right?
Right.
And it's already come out of this number, or has it not?
it has already.
All right, so
Two
it has-
thousand and $2 have already come out
Right,
of that.
because we had a budget of 6,000 in here. So the 2,000 has come out. So actual money, not including
I'll tell you one.
any donations.
Mhm.
We have this amount.
Mhm.
We know that we need still to pay at least, let's say
4,000.
4,000. Let's say 4,500 to be on the safe side.
Right.
Okay, so 4,500 is only $50 more than what we have already here.
Right.
But no money has been allocated that we know of.
That's incorrect. Some dollars have been
You
allocated.
see, I'm telling you.
Because you have to remember, we can confirm sponsors, but the sponsors don't all pay us at the same time.
Right.
Well, we have to allocate as the money comes in. That's not on us, and we have to wait on the sponsors to pay us. So I've told you $3,000 have been confirmed,
but they're
like
here.
sponsors have been yes, but not all of them have we received actual checks for.
I don't understand.
Yeah. So whichever ones we haven't received checks for are not in your system just yet. Whichever ones we have are already accounted for in that. amount.
The ones that we've already received the money for is accounted in this amount?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes,
Yes.
another thing.
But I'm telling you, not all of them have been received, only some. So I'm gonna pull up now, just to tell you specifically which ones are there.
Okay.
Another thing, Lourdes, we're gonna have to move money from there to cover the bingo.
Well, you've
Or
got.
from any line.
From it, well, that's the only. line
I would
with
start
money.
with the healthcare and what's got the most money that we could move it from, the $967.
Okay, we can do that.
Cause that's money, that's the money we
Okay.
should win first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they give approval for you guys to move the funds.
Right.
And so far, the bingo, the 23, we don't need the money.
No
Oh, yeah, breaking.
bingos, I know.
So if you wanna make a motion, do we wanna move that to where?
How much money do we need for the bingo? We need
It
to know.
depends.
We
We've
need
got
to-
2 more to go. This bingo here, this coming bingo, that they have,
Paid for.
this paid for.
How much does it generally be?
The average has been, I think, $1,100 to $1,200.
So 9 won't cover it.
No, I
No,
know, but we get sponsors.
I know, and if we don't, then we have to take it from here. That's what I'm trying to say, so we.
But if we can go to this fellow and he can donate it, like, he's donated the 23rd already.
Right,
So that's why I want to bring him the flyer, because he probably liked the idea,
right.
and he give us Dr. Limon. And, you know, and that's it, so our next bingo with Dr. Limon, and we don't have to pay anything.
Let's make it, I'm gonna make a motion that we move the money from the health fair into the bingo. Let's start with.
Let's do that.
Second,
I can say.
Okay.
Put the exact amount in your motion.
The amount.
Put the amount in your motion.
Well, I mean. Sorry, I'm taking notes and
That's okay.
No, just.
from the health fair, I'm making a motion to move 967.93. No, that's the health fair.
93, 367.
Yeah. $967.93. Move it from the health fair to the bingo.
Yes.
Okay. All in favor?
aye,
Who-
second,
I say one.
oh, okay.
Anybody.
You do your motion, and I say-
Okay, Sarah second.
Okay,
Okay, so now we have somewhat,
Bingo money.
we've got most of the bingo money.
Yes.
So now, going back to my theory. If we have 4,000, and let me just explain my theory. I don't want
I
to keep
understand.
asking people for money and then have a million sponsors and they don't feel like they're really being taken care of. And then when we need money for like bingo, they're gonna be like, yeah, no, thank you. So I'd rather, if we don't need the money, this is my theory, if we don't need the money, I'd rather not open. But you can't move it, it's, you
Yes,
know.
yes. Remember that we had a whole discussion, we went back to
That
manager,
discussion.
we got approval that yes, you can.
and we've got another month to go. Right. So the bingo will be over with. I mean, the event, just to be on the safe side. Okay.
But just to Lourdes' point, because I want to be very clear, we are at the end of the fiscal year. She's concerned because I'll remind you guys, sponsor dollars are always used first. So if you guys have it all covered with sponsors and you have budget dollars left, that is budget. I want to be very clear. Yeah. You guys are not allowed to carry over those funds. Sponsor dollars, you are allowed to carry over.
We're not gonna know.
Well, no, because every week, or I'm gonna try to meet with her
She's gonna
to
be.
get a running.
So by the time
balance.
September comes, we should have a pretty good, well, we'll have another event. We'll have 2 bingos in September then.
That's cool.
So by then we should have a really good idea where we stand. And we can have an event for anything to get rid of our money.
Or buy gift cards or.
All right, well, that's true because we did say we were gonna buy gift cards as presents for the people. And, you know, there's the flowers, stuff that you're gonna get?
Well, that's why I upped it to 45, that we needed, wherever my notes are.
We 4,000 pounds,
Yeah, 4,500.
because you're getting something and you're, and I think, you, Alexander, you were getting.
Yeah.
Yes, for the gentleman. So,
The crown and the scepter.
okay. Good, you got that straightened out.
All right, so I guess you need to move to.
So we're okay.
bring more.
Are you all right now?
He's gonna bring, which will hopefully,
No, that's, oh, that.
yeah,
It might help,
he always does.
but first, I don't wanna say give you money. First, I tell them, we invite you,
Mhm.
and if you
So
can
I'm
contribute.
lost. Was that approved or not approved? We're not moving the money?
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
we're moving
We
that money.
moved the,
We
we
already-
moved it to the bingo,
Okay.
the 967, because we are definitely gonna need it there.
Thank you.
What we were discussing is, do we need to get more sponsors for the Miss Senior, Mr. and Mrs. Senior Miami Lakes? Because we have 4 now.
No, we have 3.
We only have
Three.
2 that are paid.
I understand that 2 have paid.
Okay, so just to give you detail. The sponsors have confirmed for a total of $3,000. I just went in the system, what's reflected on your sheet. In terms of what you have available budget for that senior social line item, you only have 2 amounts that have hit that account just yet. Which is Chen for 600 and Grams for 800. We do not have, in there, you do not have Catholic Hospice, Miami Lakes Auto Mall, and Amavita.
Which we don't know the, well, you.
We need to get it for sure.
Miami Lake Automall,
$1,600 are missing. in that
We're
line
missing $1,600 in sponsors.
but,
Mhm.
yeah,
So
Automall hasn't given you their money yet?
He confirmed, I'm sure the check is on the way,
Oh,
but
okay.
again, it won't,
Fred, was
no,
it
until
1,000?
it's deposited.
1,000?
Yes, Fred came in for that,
Fred,
800, Chen 600.
Yes,
I guess I would understand if we had like 10, 15, 20 contestants and this was like a huge production. But I think as a committee, we're having an obstacle finding contestants for the event that we're organizing. I personally have taken 10 flyers and I've posted them all over town. Okay, I have spoken to local owners, small businesses, told them about our events. You know, maybe if we do all of a sudden find 10 contestants, then maybe we can attract more sponsors. Or address, talk to more sponsors, but I think, okay, we're okay right now with the sponsors that we have, in my opinion.
It's not about the sponsor, I'm sorry.
all right, go ahead.
It's not about the sponsors, that the amount of sponsors is the amount of monies.
Right.
Because at the end, we don't want to be negative like we were at one time, because we could move our money up and down. So if we have, let's pretend extra $10,000 this week, then we could have a really big party, we can do something different, that if we run short, even though it's only a month or 2, what are we gonna do then?
Right. I understand.
Yeah. I mean, it's always, more money is always better.
If there's a way that we can go out and buy gift cards and stuff for,
With bigger price.
into those events.
Then giving little,
So we need to move,
oh,
so.
she had her head.
Yes, I'm.
No, I said the best publicity is before the event, two bingos before. You say it there in front of 100 some people. And that's the best publicity, because most people don't even know about it. You can take your papers for, for people
Sign up.
applying. And whoever wants it, and if they have questions, you can answer the questions and stuff like that, because we never get enough people for this.
For the bingo?
No, for
No,
the-
for the event.
For the event.
The last bingo, we have done it. The last bingo we did here, we'll give everybody, we'll give.
Gave everybody-
People
We're
think it's a
starting to
beauty
do that.
pageant.
We do it.
The problem is when we had to eliminate some bingos, because I'm getting calls, they want to come this week. And I said, no, they didn't see it online, they said, I don't know, I could have gone, and I said, no, the next bingo is going to be on August the 23rd, whatever the date was.
Oh.
So, we had to eliminate 2, and then that's thrown everybody off, especially the seniors. I announced it at the bingo, this last bingo, The next one will be August, but not everybody. We had a limited amount of people there because of the room space. So not all the people that usually come heard that. So I just gonna remind Betty, when you tell people the date is changed, it's gonna be the 23rd, and it's Roberto Alonso. Because most of them are used to come, some are coming here now. So if this changing the time and coming here from the, it's really throwing us for a loop. Let me tell you, my phone rings off the phone.
How many people we have for tomorrow?
I don't know.
You have like 48 out of 55.
That's
Signed
wonderful.
up.
48. That's great.
48, so
Tomorrow's the ball game, our last ball game.
Even there, stand up and say,
Mm.
hey, we're having this senior.
I already told her, I told her, like,
Give up. and give us-
we told her.
Yes, Nancy.
Pardon this old lady's bad memory. Can you tell me the exact date? I know the location, the exact date of this upcoming bingo. You're saying the 23rd or,
Roberto Alonso,
The 23rd.
that's the location, the date is.
23rd.
23rd.
You're sure, okay. Thank you.
Is everybody clear with it now? I mean, it's this last part is starting us on for a loop, you know, and it's hard, but we work through it and everything is gonna be okay.
I feel like you guys want from Miami Lake to bingo.
They were going between the two. They literally were going to go.
I think you guys skipped over freebie line item. That's why.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Okay, so for the freebie line item, I'll remind you based on my notes. You guys wanted that line item to be removed from
Oh, yeah.
from your budget. So we can do that. I would need a proper motion in place. However, I want you guys to be very clear. That line item will be removed with direction from the committee, but that money does not stay with you guys. If you guys want additional funding, that's where you do it in your proposed budget. You would ask for the extra 2,500 in whatever line item you want it. And you would put the, remember there's a line, there was a column that says reason for request, where you have to give an explanation. That's where you say, hey, we're giving up that 2,500, we'd like for it to remain, whatever, in bingo luncheons or whatever it may be.
What,
When I presented to the town our budget, or the committee, council.
Yeah.
Our budget. I left that because we had, as a group, left that amount in. And they, excuse me, questioned us why we were paying.
Well, to be clear, it wasn't they, it was one council member. And I just want to be very clear because it was a workshop and unfortunately they cannot vote at workshops. It was kind of like a comment on that. So that's why I took it back to staff and I wanted to make sure the budget office, hey, is this something that we can change? Yes, we can. I need direction from the committee. In terms of dollars, we would, like, we can't agree to, as town staff, we can't make that decision where we're gonna keep those dollars and give extra dollars to elderly affairs for other things, right? That's why you'd have to go through that council budget process. Like, if you guys wanna resubmit that proposed budget without that freebie line item and ask for those 2,500 elsewhere, you can do that as a committee. But we can't grant you that. I don't know if that makes sense, because we're staff.
Not really.
But we're staff, so we can delete the line item from your budget, but we can't give you additional funding. You get me? Because if I delete that line item and I give you 2,500, then I'm giving you 2,500 for you guys to do whatever you want with it. We can't do that. So you have to go to council and make that additional request of the 2,500. Yes.
And spell that out this way.
okay, if the money is ours, why was in the line item? Right,
Yes, but it was
Wait,
given
wait.
with the,
whatever reason, it's already there. If you don't give it back to us, who keeps it?
well, right now for this current fiscal year, the money's already been used because remember that money was allocated for that use of the previous Saturday, Sunday. So that money has
So
been used
the
every
next
year. I'm saying for next fiscal year, you guys have the option to request funds however you guys think you need in every line item as we went over. So that's why I'm saying that's your opportunity to say, hey, the bingo, like, let's say you originally requested $10,000 as an example. you'd say, hey, actually, we want 12,500 because we're giving up the freebie line item and we want you guys to give us that 2,500. But you guys have to make that request of council. Does that make sense?
Not really, because in the total amount, that's already there. So we're
But
not really requesting.
Council
We're
approves
just
your
like-
budget every fiscal year.
Right, with the 2,500 already there.
Well, that's only if you guys request it. That's what I'm saying. You guys can create your budget how you think you need it and you present that to council. So you would say, you would resubmit it, because what Lourdes is saying, hey, you guys submitted it with the freebie right now. So that's why I'm telling you, you would have to revisit that before the budget hearing, which you're still in time,
Okay.
and
No,
give it
because it
to
hasn't
me
been
and
done.
I would
Okay.
submit it in your behalf.
I understand.
Yes, ma'am.
My understanding from that workshop. We're now calling it a workshop.
No, no, I want to be perfectly
No,
clear.
no,
It was noted as,
No, and that's why I'm saying we're calling it a workshop, so I want everybody to understand it was. So, from that workshop is they were gonna find out. Council who's going to find out. What hours they were running and if they were going to run, because they were saying, why would we? And the question to us was, why are we paying $2,500 for the freebie? And we said, so that they can go to mass or
Any
whatever,
church,
any
Saturday nights or Sundays.
Right, those were the reasons we had that. And they said, but don't they run?
Yes.
And they said, why should you be contributing? They were going to find out about, it. Do we know? Because I guess they were gonna talk to Peterman and the.
I can't tell you if council did it or not. I can tell you that on my end, I looked into as to why we even started. So there seemed to be some confusion from elderly affairs as to why we even are paying for this to begin with. So I went back to 2019 and that's when that was agreed upon. And there's a memo from the committee. There's a memo from the town manager on behalf of elderly affairs, where elderly affairs requested that service. So that's where it started, just to be very clear.
And
So-
one thing, and I think it was because the freebie was not running.
It was
on
not running on
Saturday.
Saturday.
So that's why
Back
we
then,
did it.
right, was
back
not.
then.
So
We've
now it's
never
just
addressed
kept
it.
on.
Right.
And since you guys have kept it on your line items, it's just kept on. It's kind of how it's been going. However, yes, one of the council members said, hey, we should look into maybe just having the full service, including the Saturday and Sunday, just be paid out of wherever it gets paid out of, not elderly affairs.
That was-
However, that wasn't a vote. So I just want to be very clear with that. I looked into it, that's with the budget office. Yes, we can remove that line item where everything just gets paid out of wherever it gets paid out of. But again, that 2,500 would have to come with, because we cannot give you an extra 2,500. We don't have that direction.
No, I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah.
No, my question is, if the freebie, if we don't give them this money. Let's say we say, no, we're not gonna give them the $2,500. And I think for our vote, I think we need to understand and then decide what we want to do. But if we don't give them the 2,500, is the freebie now working for the general public, not just our committee, on Saturday night and on
Sunday.
Sunday morning?
Well, we would continue no matter, because we have money to be charged for that. That's what that money right now for the current fiscal year has been built into your budget for that.
No, I forget it. Let's say we take it out. We say we take
And
it
when you
out.
say take it out, how? Like,
We
what I'm
say-
telling you,
we-
remove that
right,
line
we
item and
remove
move it.
We
Yes, because we would take, that funding still exists for that. So we would still continue Saturday and Sunday, yes.
But
The idea is that we would continue Saturday and Sunday,
No,
it would
next
just no
year.
longer hit your line.
next
item.
year.
We're talking next year. We're
Yes.
talking starting October 1st. They passed our budget and they say, and we had said, we don't want the 2,500 freebie. We want it to go to bingo. Because we know that's where we need money. We want that extra 2,500. Take that money
Then
that
we'll
we
do it.
will use it and move it to bingo.
No,
And then are they going to stop the freebie on Saturday night and on
So
Sunday?
what we're proposing right now is moving that line item into the regular pot or whatever you wanna call it, along with that 2,500. So right now there would still be funding for that Saturday and Sunday.
Michael.
Yes,
This is an item that I feel responsible for, because when 54th used to run, the bus from the county, and they stopped it. People came to me, I was in my board and my condo, and Manny was not the mayor, he was just a councilman, and he came to a meeting that we had. And everybody was complaining that they couldn't go to mass at the corner, you know, that church at the corner of 54th, 154th, because they didn't have any transportation. So we came up with a freebie.
Right. That's right, but I think the freebie runs on Saturday, it's longer on Sunday and
Yeah,
Saturday and
runs in-
Sunday now. So that's why, maybe, but the town also could, I didn't know this, the town also contributes to the freebie. And the council said, all right, why make them pay? Since we're paying, and they were gonna add that to their budget or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much up the freebie budget as it is to include that Saturday and Sunday service.
And the big one
And
takes a
like
lot
that,
of kids.
you don't see it through elderly affairs.
Right.
I just want to make it sure, we have to
Yeah.
discuss anything with Gary, we should do it now because he has to leave.
Oh,
It should have been on that public comment.
I think
Just to be very clear, Doris, because I wanna, I hope this answers your question. If not, we can go into detail with it and we can set up a meeting. Right now, for this fiscal year, it's already been charged.
I understand. that.
So, okay. So, what I'm saying is for next fiscal year, you guys can do the request that I said on your line. On our end, we would propose, we're taking that line item along with those funding
I understand.
to continue including Saturday and Sunday.
But my,
Because every department has, the same way that the committees have to turn in like a budget proposal, the departments do. So we would do the same to include that Saturday and Sunday service.
and the only thing that I guess and nobody's understanding me is
no, I understand.
freebie. If we pay for the freebie, that's it. We say no more money for the freebie. Okay? We don't care. Is the freebie going to work
Yes.
on Saturday night and Sunday? If the answer is yes, right? Because why should we pay for the freebie? Why should our committee use our money to pay for a freebie?
For
When
others
no
to
other
rent.
committee,
For
when
others
no other committee,
You're saying if you guys propose $0, like that's.
$0.
Okay.
$0. We take it out. Now, our budget that we had asked for was X amount of dollars.
Mhm.
We keep the same number, but we use the money that we were gonna give to
Use the number.
freebie and move it to bingo. Now, it's up to council whether or not they agree on our budget, but they can agree or disagree on our budget and leave the freebie, and we're now giving the town $2,500 for freebie when there's no need for us to give them $2,500. So that's what I am concerned about.
Yes.
Because I think in order to be able to answer that question and for us to take a vote, we need to make an intelligent vote to be able to say, why are we gonna pay?
So based on what you're telling me, because I think maybe we're just, I don't know.
You're saying the same
This is
thing.
what I think we're saying the same thing different. I would suggest to you guys from what it sounds like what you want to do. Resubmit that proposed budget for next fiscal year.
Mhm.
Make sure that that line item is at 0, cross it out, delete, we don't want.
Right.
Put it at 0, and then let's say you want it at bingo, and let's say you ask for 10,000 for bingo, say, now we want 12,500 because we want it to include that 2,500 that
That's
we
the way-
feel like
That's
it
the
should
way
be
it
here.
should
in the state.
Okay.
Right.
And we will take care of, on our department, whatever department that falls under, I'll let them know, hey, can you please make sure that we're pulling that 2,500 on our end? We're requesting to pull that 2,500 from that line item, along with that line item, so that we can continue including Saturday and
Yes,
Sunday.
that's exactly.
If council approves that, then it will continue as
You
is.
know that-
If it doesn't, then I can't, I have no other answer for you.
Okay.
You're the one
Does that make
suggested-
sense?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, Nancy.
At the risk of better judgment to get involved in this argument, I have to clarify one thing. The money that we set aside, let's for easy numbers, $2,000.
Right.
To go for Saturday and Sunday transportation. That $2,500 or whatever I just said. Does it go to just, we checking IDs? Because that
There
money
you go.
should be used towards transporting
Only.
elderly Saturday and Sunday.
Yes. it's not.
Otherwise,
It's not.
if you're not doing that,
We don't
we're
wanna pay
paying for, if we're paying for anybody to get in that vehicle, then it should be a town responsibility and not elderly affairs.
Well, the
budget.
town offered that. Made
Well,
a
so
suggestion.
that's what
to
I'm
do
saying.
it,
Just
so-
to answer your question, no, nobody's taking ideas of who gets on. The service was
Well,
extended in general Saturday and Sunday. That's how it's always been. So if you guys want to remove it, I'll go back to the suggestion I made to Lourdes,
I don't think we should
resubmit
be
your.
paying it if anybody can write
So
it.
that you guys.
I'm trying to.
Everybody's
yeah.
talking.
No.
I can only hear.
So to answer your question, if you guys don't feel you want to be paying for it, which seems to be the sentiment, then you guys need to revisit your proposed budget for next fiscal year. That's the only thing we can do to
I'm
fix
just
that.
saying
that
how I'd
September.
like to.
No, we can put that. All right, make a motion.
Wait, Gary needs.
Oh, Gary.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, so I
Finish this subject, so go ahead.
I make a motion,
5 minutes.
I make a motion to remove any funds for the freebie line item. Make it zero. I believe we had $2,500, whatever number we had in our budget, I make a
Second.
motion. I make a motion to move that to the bingo item.
Now you got a second, now discussion. My question still is. What comes of those people, the Saturday, Sunday people, riding on? Riding your
Nancy.
freebie,
The town has a budget for freebie too. That will become their responsibility.
okay.
Well, that's what
I
we're
don't want
hoping
our
to
That's what,
accomplish.
because they're
That's
the
what
ones
we're
that made the
hoping.
suggestion, so we're feeding right into it.
So,
Taking it
so
from us
so
and
the
giving it to
money
them.
that they're giving us, basically, we're forcing the town.
We're not forcing them. They offered
Council
to
has
do
to
it.
approve it. so
They're
there's
just
no
asking them
forcing.
to approve it because they're the ones that suggested it,
Okay, just go,
okay?
done. I'm done trying to fight to talk.
Are we all in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? No. Okay, Gary, I'm sorry, I didn't know you wanted to do something here today, so,
Very briefly.
but you know you are running for Mr. Miami Lakes.
You got problems giving away $2,500? No problem at all. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for allowing me to spend a couple of minutes with you. This morning, I think you already met Maria
Yes,
and Paz. Okay, Maria and I both serve on the Miami Lakes Mental Health Task Force. Have you heard about it?
I've heard about it, but
It's been around for almost 4 years, since after COVID. As soon as.
haven't gotten to that area yet. But after today, maybe.
Yes. It began, a group of us, as an initiative from Councilman Collazo to find out, because there were a lot of stress with COVID issues, mental health. And he said, can the town come up with a resource center for mental health? So I was one of the initial. So we did come up with it. Maria was not part of the initial group, but Lindsay, Rosie Barroso, Lindsay, Wallen. And I. We presented the town a finished product, which was a website. The website had everything that you could click on for senior citizens. We hit the button and it gave you all the resources for senior citizens, for veterans, for female veterans, male veterans, teenagers, parents, I mean, for everyone. Beautiful thing. That was October 2021. Council loved it. Council approved it. But the liaison who was working with us at the time left. And kind of was put in a drawer and that was it. Then something came up, a little verb was put in there because I kept asking, hey, what happened to that? Oh, we didn't even meet for over a year. And I kept asking, why? Then you heard about the incident with the father who killed their 2 kids right there on 154
By my son's house,
by the lake.
by the
Right there by
lake,
public.
by public, he ran and shot the kids and then killed himself.
So,
Oh, I did hear about that.
and so I meet Collazo every morning. And I said, hey, wouldn't it have been nice if this thing had been up and running? He said, yes, you have no idea how many people are calling in to check, asking, is there a resource center for mental health?
Yeah, the suicide.
So we're back.
Well, welcome back.
Mental health is back, but we need help. We can't do it all alone. We have 5 members. Maria's one of the newbies, if I may say so, but she's a great resource. Anyone who wishes to join us, who is not already committed to 2 committees, you're welcome to. We only have 5 members now, so we can take more. We should have a couple more signing up. Anything you can help with. Just wanted to give you an idea of what we did initially, which is still carrying on. Part of the initial project was the creation. Okay, you remember the banners that were on green and black?
Oh, yeah.
Mental health matters, you're important, which are still there. Well, those, I got the donation from Giovanna for those. We were a task force without money, but we were to do all of this without money, which we did. So $3,000 were for those banners from Giovanna and flyers that were to be distributed, which never happened. Okay, so we have redone the flyer again. It'll be in Spanish and English with a QR code. Which. But anyway, so just so you know that it's there. Not everyone,
Gary, is that something like that I could pass out at a bingo?
we haven't finalized. the
When you
approval
do,
of it.
though, if you give them to me, I'll pass them out at a bingo.
No, definitely, and
That's
why
where I see we
we're
can help
here
you.
for you, and this is, we hope to rely on you and your committees, all the committees. So we're now visiting all the committees to
Oh,
let them
okay.
know who we are, what we're doing. This, we just want to do a final touch and make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. Not dotted. Okay, everyone knows about prices line, right? What's the number?
8-1.
Hmm?
Is it 8-1? No, it's not 8-1. I knew it. It's not
988.
90. I knew it was like.
That's
those.
a national crisis line. Okay. And suicide and mental health crisis care is the new number for national suicide prevention.
We don't know
Lifeline.
suicide in our community.
Everyone knows 9/11.
Mhm.
That's okay. So 988 is for suicide. Then you have 211. 211 is like 988, but 211 is local. County.
Oh, okay.
It's suicide and mental health crisis care with emphasis on local community resources and care coordination. So what they do is when you call and you say, I have this problem with this issue, and they say, okay. Let me hook you up. And they put you in contact with the resource facility that you can help, well, is able to help you. Everyone knows 311. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's information.
Do you know that's information?
Well, anything that you really need in the county, at least for
It's
me.
not information.
Well,
It's a number you call
what?
to report problems or issues. Okay, it's a pothole, there's a tree down,
Right,
there's a light not working, you can report it. That's how you report it. You
okay.
can do it through your phone, through the computer, or calling. But that's. Fix the damaged garbage or recycling, your recycling bins are broken, your garbage can, you call and they come in and fix it. Request an inspection for mosquito breeding into property, ask for a pothole to be repaired. Tree planning services for Miami-Dade Transit. Report a neighborhood code violation like overrun lot or junk and traffic file. Report an issue with a traffic sign or traffic signal. So it's just, those are just some of the things that I wanted to run by you. I'll be more than happy, Bobby, I can email
Yeah, those are great.
this to you, or you can actually cut this and make copies and send them
That'd
out.
be great.
Yeah, those are great.
Just cut out the bottom part.
Nancy has a question.
I have a question, and it's more like Dottie and Gary and your time. But we can do something with this information real quick at our upcoming bingo.
Yeah.
But he said that's not final yet, though. I gotta wait this
Yeah.
one.
Hopefully, my point is I'm trying to let Gary know that we have an upcoming bingo, Gary, and if you can get approval or whatever on this, that would be a great place to quickly,
Sorry.
English and Spanish, make the announcement, let people at least know these new numbers you've given us
Right.
and the distinction between the three and what he's basically just said here.
Yeah.
But there's our captive audience right there, Gary.
Yeah, and the other.
And that date is August 23rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Barry, we have about 130 to come to the bingo. We have around 125 to 130 to come to the bingo.
To the
Yeah, so that would be a big
August
start.
23rd.
And depression is.
At Royal Oaks, at 11, right, Dottie? Royal Oaks.
Yes,
At
Royal Oaks
11.
at 11.
Robert,
Roberto Alonso, yeah, Royal Oaks.
One, yeah.
But all of this is in the work, it's back in the work, that it wasn't,
Thank
but
you.
all of this is part of the presentation that was done back in 2021.
Yeah, but a lot of people are losing their jobs and whatever,
And it's-
almost need
yeah.
it more now.
A lot of people in our community.
Okay.
Twice as many people dying
It's that.
suicide
Okay.
than homicide.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
You know,
Do you know my number? I'll come pick them up when you got them made.
yeah, I don't know where that came from. I wish we could. I wish we could.
we have.
Patty
a
and I go
schedule
back.
Where I
100
live
years.
for 22 years, you can ask any inspector in this town,
We work
you
together.
can ask any of the girls that I see the phone. For
And we all-
22 years,
Yeah, we used to
Young
go.
man that jumped from the parking lot. Right here.
no young man, he's an old man,
No, no, no.
the long hair.
Okay, let's
Thank
bring
you.
it back to
You'll
order.
have an opportunity, you saw the event that we're having. There's also in the Veterans Committee, but I'm a member of the American League of Post,
Okay,
September 16th, which is the American.
I'm gonna be there.
We're the largest war veterans organization. Chartered by Congress.
But when I saw here,
19.
Tico Casamayor, Pedro Fiallo, I don't like those people.
And I'm not. gonna-
Okay, man. All right, let's get that. There's one thing, a comment that I got under comments from the chair that I want to just make before everybody leaves here. The town awarded Nancy, an
Oh, yeah, I saw
award,
it.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Mr. Miami Lakes. Huh?
And did you give me the annual?
So what did Nancy get an award for?
An award.
The key to the city.
She got the keys to the city.
Wow.
Can I make a quick comment? That was a big surprise, and anybody who had any hand in planning it, thank you all. But I have to say this, whoever saw me afterwards, I had the key in the box, and so many people, the mayor, Joseph Sosa, said that key will open any door in the city. And I got the little
But you have to change the
Grandson.
locker. The lockers.
I got the little 5-year-old grandson, and he's hearing this and hearing this and hearing this, because he was a surprise guest as well. So wherever we went, that's what we heard. A little while later on, he says, we have to go. Well, what do you mean gotta go? He said, I want to go open all those doors. So that made my night, my oxygen. That was a big surprise.
Okay, new business. All right, the Rosenell Hammer Award is going to be Monday. Anybody that wants to come, everybody's welcome.
At town hall?
No, it's over at Mary Collins at 9 in the morning. We did that because the heat, and we're gonna have a little ceremony in Mary Collins, and then they're gonna walk over and plant the tree for her.
She lives right there.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
across the
lives right
street.
there.
Her neighbor's gonna bring her over, and I think her
This Monday?
son,
Yeah.
yes. I think her son's trying to come. His wife has been sick. He wasn't sure if he could come. And the company she worked for so many years is all coming. So we are gonna serve refreshments. We agreed to serve refreshments, and she wants to make a little speech herself when I asked her. And I said, she said, I want to tell them about the plane that I helped.
Oh,
And and I think that was really nice because one of the gentlemen that I talked to, and I can't remember who he was, he says, I was over in an island. We were just waiting with their repairs, we were just waiting to get them so we could send them out. And he says, I believe that if that hadn't been for them, we may not have won the war. And I said, that is a really good comment from, a compliment for them because they all worked so hard at that time. So,
What time?
yeah, what time?
the Rosie the Riveter,
9 AM.
it's 9 AM,
Different
Mary
conversation.
Collins.
She's asking what time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anybody that wants to come, you're welcome to come.
A quick comment on that. I had received an email from the chair of Veterans Committee that he was under the impression that refreshments and I guess bites, I'm not sure, we're gonna be funded from elderly affairs.
Yes,
I have not seen that in minutes, and I have not
Yes,
seen a
I thought we
quote come
agreed
through
to
this committee. You guys agreed to support the event, but I don't think it was specifics of dollars. If that is the case,
we need to vote for it now.
and you guys, we talked about bringing quotes and invoices in front of the board, and I have not seen that come through this board. So
You
I
gotta
just
do
wanna
it
make
now, then.
sure
You gotta
that
do it now.
we're all on the
Gotta
same
do it
page.
now.
Okay, then vote on it now.
No,
From the same place, I think you have more sponsors. We have to run this like a business. You gotta have money.
Now, I'll remind you guys, because I think this is very important and we need to get into the habit of
25
bringing
bucks.
quotes and invoices to the committee, and no one has done that for this, because it seems like we weren't even sure we were doing this.
but I don't remember ever going around and getting quotes when prices and.
No, you didn't, and then we had an issue where you guys felt like you weren't aware of every single expense, so we talked about this in front of the council
Okay.
member, that going forward, and she said it was great practice, because when she was on the board, that's what they would do. The committee members would bring invoices of what they wanted to charge, and they would
Okay.
propose and.
So you have
quote.
6 days to get stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll just get some quotes from.
Make a motion.
Well, the quotes need to be approved by the committee.
Yeah, but wait, sorry, and I agree with her. So I, my.
It was my mistake. I'm gonna pay for it. Let it go.
No.
Dottie, if you will, acknowledge me, I'm gonna settle this right now. How much do you figure it's gonna cost?
I have no idea. I don't know how.
Give me a
Say
hint.
$500.
Say
$500.
$500. Take that.
I will pay the bill for the refreshments up to $500. Personally,
You,
yes, ma'am,
why can't we take it out of here? And just.
because you're moving money around for everything else, and let's end this meeting.
June,
So
I'm
here-
meeting. I'll call you back
Here's
in 10
a
minutes.
suggestion that you can take or not take to help. At this point, it's too late, right? If any of you are willing to pay it and then bring back that invoice, the committee can approve it at that. point.
What happened about that? But
I'm not- this is like you guys.
Just one- Everybody, wait a minute.
Need a second.
I'll get you in a minute, Almighty. And she.
There's no note that
Second,
needed,
and you
but
have- I made a motion to do that. You need a second and then discussion.
there's no
You wanna
motion
discuss
needed
further?
because this
You're
isn't
paying-
anything related to the.
Then fine. No
Just one thing, I
discussion.
want to hear what you have to say, but she was still talking. That's why I went,
No, I just saw the time.
okay.
No, remember that lady I took to you? She says, I'm from Cafe Pilon. I want to be a sponsor. It was a young girl and she spoke English, so I took her to you because I was busy setting up the place.
And I think I referred her to the town because, I mean, I don't remember even,
It was a while ago.
okay,
I was wondering. She said she wanted to be a sponsor.
all right.
If you guys, those people, you have to.
We'll check into it, yes.
Yes, we received an email from the president of the garden club,
That's it, yeah.
where she's asking us to contribute some refreshments for the event.
Well, look, they're gonna help Nancy.
So
Yes.
maybe we should coordinate with the garden club and
Look,
to see.
You know
how it's
what?
gonna be.
I'll call the president today and then we'll pay for it. The garden will pay for it.
If the town, if the committee wishes to refund anything that maybe somebody personally, please just bring that to the next meeting and we can vote on it.
I remember, that's where it was presented to the garden club and the garden club agreed to that, so I will get with them.
If I may speak, this is all coming up in a few days, right?
I
Monday.
So you're gonna need refreshments ordered in a hurry.
I talked to the president like yesterday. I'll call her and remind her.
All right,
today.
so just know in the back of
Yeah.
your mind that
If we can, okay,
So you guys, I just want to be sure, because I need to give that back to Bill. You guys are taking care of,
we'll take.
staff is
The
not
garden club
bringing
will take
anything.
care.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're all on the same.
Since there's people that have to go, this last item has to be addressed. Some of the committee members have come to me and a lot of them work. And our meetings are running over. They've asked if we change the time of the meeting. Either starting at night, have a night meeting. A day, I don't know how we can work this. What they, I think they more or less wanted it to start in the evening, because if we're getting out of these meetings at 10 o'clock, and they most of them start at 8 o'clock. That's taken away from their work jobs. So unless having the meeting from 8 to 9, lately it's been hard. Now, we could start at 7, but I don't think anybody wants to do that. So,
But we have to make the availability if we have this room.
Yeah, it has to check I would have to check availability based on what you guys are looking at.
so what is that? Anybody make a suggestion on what we try to do?
Well, we have our meeting on the veterans at 6:30.
Maybe at
Everybody.
7 o'clock, 7:30.
You mean 6:30 at night?
That's what we have a
How
meeting.
long
on.
is
Would we
Tomorrow
be
we have a
avail-
meeting at
would be
6:30.
available on Mondays at 6:30 in the evening?
Mondays at 6:30?
Or Wednesday.
What Monday?
The same, the Monday.
The first Monday of the month?
Yeah,
Oh, I was gonna say, why don't we keep it where the first
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
or
So
the
what-
first Wednesday, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said the first Wednesday in the month.
That's why I was just.
I have to double check.
Okay,
Okay.
then you
So
can get
first Wednesday of the month at what time? 6:30
6:30.
PM? Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes.
I will send you
6:30
guys,
and 8
if I'm able to change it, I'll send you guys an email confirming.
Okay.
Okay.
To adjourn the meeting.
Motion to
Motion.
adjourn.